Hi, ladies. Jackie Sabrin here, your executive love coach and CEO of Engaged at Any Age. And today I want to talk to you about 3 questions you need to ask before you go on a date. Okay, let's jump right into 3 questions you want to ask before you go on a date. And so I typically make these trainings for dating over 50, but I think that this really applies to any of you out there looking to meet the one this year, looking to meet your soulmate. So temper this depending on your age, but just know that I've geared this towards women over 50. Now, it's really important to get crystal clear about what you want to determine the questions that you need to ask, which will make the determination whether or not you go on a date. I feel like time is of the essence, and I don't want you wasting your precious time. So gathering as much information before the date is really important if you're dating over 50. So remember to like, share, and comment on my video so that I can make more videos for you. Also, subscribe to my page so that you never miss an episode. Okay, let's dive right in with the first question that you need to ask before you go on the date, so that you can determine whether the date is worth your time and effort. And so I'm a big believer in not wasting your precious time, ladies, because time is your biggest asset. It's not money, it's time. Time is not promised. So you really want to use your time wisely. And that's why I created this video, so that you can make the determination before you go on a date, after you speak with a man, whether or not you actually want to put the time and effort into that date. So the first question that I want you to ask, and this is a really easy one if you're dating over 50, because men love to talk about their work, is, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? So that's the first question. What do you do for work? Now you can ask that in many ways, but basically it's an easy question because most men want to talk about their work, to kind of lead with that. And so you're looking to see what their lifestyle is by how he shares, what he shares about his work. You're looking to see how dedicated he is, what his work ethic is, and you're looking for, like I said, the lifestyle, what lifestyle that you might anticipate sharing with him. And so that's why it's important. It tells you a lot about a man's character. If he has a great work ethic, if he's, been in a company for 25 years, then that would show he's very consistent, he's very dependable, he's built up his career over time, and that is something that you could really find some continuity with a man, some consistency, so you could build something if he has a career that he's flourished in. And so don't shoot a man down if he says that he's pouring wine. I had one client share with me recently that she was on the phone talking to a potential date, and he said, "I'll be right back, I have to pour some wine." And she thought, I'm being put on hold so he can pour a glass of wine. What is he, And then he came back and he said he owned a winery. Just like if a man tells you he's an electrician, don't shoot him down. I mean, what if he owns a company? And there's nothing wrong with being an electrician. So you just have to decide if that's going to work for you. So keep an open mind, but definitely ask that question. Okay, question number 2 out of the 3 questions that you want to ask is the family question. And this is really important because if you're dating over 50, you're more than likely you've already had your children, or maybe you don't have children, but you don't want any young children. So this could be an important thing for you. And so if you're dating under 50, ladies, then it'll be a different approach to this question. But for me, it was really important for me to date a man, and I was very clear on what I wanted to create in my life. I wasn't open to dating a man with children that were in grade school or middle school. I'd already had my children. My daughter was in high school when I was dating, and I wanted a man that had children my daughter's age or older. I was really clear about this. So there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. You should want what you want and expect to get it. But you need to be clear on what that is, because I didn't want to have conversations about soccer and about, the sports activities. And I'd already had those conversations for many, many years. And I was ready to move on to talking about college and talking about travel and those type of conversations. So check in with yourself, make sure you know where you're at. Do you want children? What are the ages that you're willing to go out with a man that his children are? Really get clear on that. And because the more clear you are, the easier it is to pass on a date or accept a date. So you want to ask him the family question, about his children, and he'll be happy to open up about his children. Or maybe he doesn't have children, he wants them. Or maybe he's clear he doesn't want them. So it's a good question to ask, ladies. Okay, and so make sure you stay to the very end because I have a special freebie for you to give you, and I want to make a little announcement. Okay, the third and final question is really important. I know this is so hard for women, but you need to ask what his relationship history and goals are. And so I'm not saying to ask him, what is your relationship history and goals? But that's the question. So it can come out sounding like, so what is it that you're wanting to create, with your online dating experience? What are you looking for online, and how's it going for you? So you're kind of positioning the question more conversational. So you're not trying to pin him down with a battery of questions, but you have a right to know these things, especially if you're dating over 50. Men over 50 know what they want. They've already spent, a couple decades living life. They have more experience, so they need to have more clarity around what it is they're wanting. If they're wanting to date casually, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not going to work for you if you're looking to get into a long-term committed relationship. So I say you ask this question right up front. The men that I have asked this question to and that are ready for a committed relationship have no problem answering this. They completely are forthright, and they'll share right up front that, yeah, they'd like to get remarried someday, or they definitely want a long-term committed relationship because they do, and they don't want to date anymore. And so sharing that with you allows them to get to know you much faster because they can ask you the same question. So make sure that you ask this important question. So what is it that you're looking for? And how's it going? So you're just trying to create some intimacy by asking him an intimate question. And you don't know if he's going to be the one for you just because he says he wants to get married, or he's open to it, or if he wants a long-term committed relationship. You have no idea. You still have to go out with him. But at least when you meet him for the first time, you guys, know that you're playing on the same team, right? You're on the same team and you're playing in the same game. If you don't ask these questions, how do you know? So you go on the date and you have this awkward moments where you're like, I didn't ask him. I don't really know what he's looking for. And so you have this amazing online dating platform, but if you have the courage to ask the questions that are important to you, you're wasting your time. So, ladies, have the courage to ask the questions. I promise you, when I asked my husband this before we went out on the first conversation, and we had this nice conversation. We talked about our work. We talked about our children, our family. We talked about our relationship goals and our relationship history. So another thing I want to add is I asked him, when's the last time you were in a relationship, and how was that for you? So I'm not prying, but I just want to see where he's at in his healing process. Is he really upset? Is he angry? Is he over it? And so that's why they're asking you the same question. So make sure you're prepared with your scripted first date questions. And I've got a whole nother training on that. These are answers that you've worked on how to answer it in a really empowered way so that it comes out really organic, really natural, and it's honest. But it also has boundaries of what you're willing to share based on the fact that you don't know this person. So I know that these 3 questions are going to really help you navigate the first date. Make sure you get clear on what you want first so that you know what questions are applicable to you. These questions were applicable to me dating over 50. I wanted to make sure that I knew that the man that I was with had established himself in a career, and he was still ambitious because so am I, and I knew that would be a fit for me. The next one was that I wanted to know about his children and their ages because I didn't want to have those conversations about younger children. I love children, don't get me wrong, but I'd already raised mine. So, and then the last one was about his relationship history. I wanted to see where he was and what he was looking for. And I asked Michael all of these questions, and he was happy to answer them. And he asked me, the same question back. He'd say, what about you? So remember to always turn everything around and ask them the same question. And if you're experiencing any sensitivity, just know that there's probably some work in that area that you need to do. Get real curious about, why am I feeling triggered right now? Why am I feeling so sensitive about questions that you deserve the answers to and that he deserves the answers to? If you're going out there, putting yourself out there, you have to be willing to be open so that you can get to know somebody quickly and more authentically. And so my big announcement is, you probably heard me say this on one of my videos, but I'm hosting a 3-day workshop retreat in New York City in October. And I'm so excited that I've almost sold out. I've got 3 spots left, and I want to make one final offer to those of you watching these videos. If you're resonating with my work, I want to invite you to check out the link below and go on there and set up an appointment with me or my team so that we can share the details with you to see if it's a fit. I mean, these are 3 days full of empowering exercises. Me as your wing woman, my other empowered VIP clients, and my husband is going to make a guest appearance on the last day to peel back the curtain on what a man thinks. This is going to be an incredible experience in the backdrop of New York City in the fall. It's going to be so amazing. Gift yourself this experience. It's going to create a transformation that you need and create a lot of momentum going into the end of the year so that you are ready. When your feet hit the ground after this retreat, you're ready to move forward, and you've got a plan in place so that you can experience and be everything that you want to be. And what I mean by be is, excuse me, there's a creation trilogy: be, do, have. And so you need to learn to be that which you're creating, right? If you want to create something, like you want to create this amazing relationship, you need to learn to be the woman that you know would attract the type of man. So you're becoming. So you be that woman, that you can attract the man that would be attracted to that woman. And then you do the action steps that you need to do in order to make sure that you are becoming that woman, and then you have what you want. So it's really about setting up your beliefs about what's possible for you, shifting if you need to grow emotionally, shift into a more emotionally mature space, and then become that by living it, and then using these action steps, especially the ones that I teach in these videos, to start to step more and more into alignment with what you really want, and then you'll line up with that. You'll have that. So I hope that helps you, that be, do, have. So check out the link about the New York retreat, and also I'm throwing in my my freebie, which is my soulmate assessment. It's a quick quiz to tell you what frequency you're vibrating at and how to switch further into alignment so you can fast track your ability to attract your soulmate. So it's all happening right here in the box below, and my soulmate assessment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode. And I hope this was helpful for you. And just know, gosh, I wish I can give you a hug right through the screen. I just want you to know that I'm always sending you so much love. I know how hard it is. It can be on the journey to your soulmate, but it is worth the journey. The journey is so worthwhile because there's love at the end of it. And I've been with Michael for 6 years. We just had our fourth anniversary, and I am the happiest that I've ever been in my whole life. And we have a really healthy relationship, and I really want that for you. So I hope this video helped, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.